want to say a big thank you to all the people that have subscribed and are watching our videos and very supportive of our journey. We do apologise, it's probably not been that interesting because of obviously lockdown, COVID, curfews and weather as well. So hopefully it should get a bit more interesting, and we are grateful for anyone that's following our journey, and we hope that it is informative as well, and it is helping anyone that's either thinking of making the move to France, or it might just be of some interest. And then hopefully when we do find a property to renovate, we basically get some better equipment like a tripod and maybe sort something out, because my technical skills with a mobile phone is useless. And then we can film what we get up to in regards to finding a property, solicitors, how you go about stuff like that, and then obviously the renovation of the property. So I'll stop talking and we'll refilm once we get nearer to the place. So au revoir for the moment.
Bonjour.
Right, we've made it to the restaurant. Got a bit lost. Everyone's blaming me because I give the wrong directions, and we ended up it taking us an hour to get here. An hour and a half. Because, yeah, trying to multitask. Right, so this location is in Aubusson. Looks quite busy. Mind Dad's car. So we're meeting up with Tara and Simon. Right, masks, boys, by the looks of it. Masks.
No mask.
Why?
No mask. Keeping this off now.
Well, it looks like people have got masks on.
No mask.
Good morning.
Morning. Welcome to our move to France. It's
Hold on, we've got to go right.
Lunday, which is Monday.
Lunday.
Apologies for no video last week. We had lots planned, and our poor little Georgie, the youngest one, has been poorly. So he's been off school with a stinking cold. So we've basically been nursing him at home. He's back to school today.
Wait.
And we resume back to normal. So today we're off, which we should have been doing last week.
Yeah. Last Monday, wasn't it?
On our way to Lesa and Ted's.
Yeah, Chateau De Montmagner.
Chateau De Montmagner, to go and see them and give them a hand. We have done a bit with the allotment as well, which we can video later on and show you. We've been... What have we done with it? What's that?
Rotivated it.
Rotivated it, that's it.
Can't see anything.
And planted some plants.
Here we are.
Oh, where am I?
There.
Ah,
We're here.
we have arrived.
We have arrived, indeed.
Oh, it's stunning. It's
I can't turn this
Where
round.
should we park, do you think? Oh,
Chateau De
that needs
Montmagner.
cutting.
What? Streaming.
So yeah, we're here.
We're here. Indeed.
Oh. Oh.
Sam's trying to kill us, not taking the car out of gear.
We'll film a bit later on what we get up to.
We...
So that's
Au
au revoir. Good afternoon. Welcome to our move to France. It's Saturday. Apologies for no videos. We had a sick child, which was George, who was off school. Felt a bit poorly, so he's been off school, and obviously we've been at home looking after him. He's all back to normal now, so hence no videos, but we have been doing quite a lot anyway. With regards to the chapel as well, I don't know if we mentioned, Tony managed to track down the owner, and we sort of negotiated, well, we was trying to negotiate a price with him, but unfortunately he won't budge. So we've sort of given up with that one because we think there's a ceiling limit to the price of that property. So yes, that's where we got with that. What else have we done? I can't even remember. We've been out for lunch. This is obviously prior to George being ill. We went out for lunch and it was really, really lovely. We went over to our friend Joe's, and today we're going to a party at Chateau
De Montmagner.
Chateau De Montmagner with Ted and Lesa's. It's her birthday. Her birthday. Well, I wasn't actually going to say her age because she might not want people.
I'm sure it'll be on her channel.
But yeah, so we're off there. Charlie's not with us today because he's really embraced friends at his school. And we're so pleased. I dropped him off yesterday to meet a few of the kids from his school. And then when I picked him up, he actually said, now bearing in mind he's 15, and everybody said, you know, you're mad, you know, when you read things, you know, if you're going to make a move, like, you should do it when the kids are young. But he actually said yesterday, and bearing in mind we haven't been here that long, he absolutely loves it here and he really enjoys it. It's the best move that we could have made. So that was
and he got to go on a motorbike.
That was amazing.
Motorbike, yeah.
Whose?
I don't know, one of his friends.
So he's made arrangements today to go and meet up with his friends again. So he's been dropped off. Now we are travelling over an hour away to this party from. Shush. We're travelling an hour away from where we're currently staying to this party. So we had a bit of a dilemma. I asked the neighbour, is there such thing as a taxi that I can arrange for Charlie to get back to our house with? And she went, no taxi. So Charlie then said, can you pick me up and then take me back to the party? And I said, I'm not doing an hour's journey to pick you up and another hour's journey to go to the party. So anyway, our lovely neighbours, Jean-Claude and Danny, absolutely amazing neighbours, have said they'll go and pick Charlie up for us from the village just up the road and drop him home for us so that we haven't got to leave the party early. They're absolutely amazing.
Otherwise it wouldn't have been going.
We've also been over the allotment quite a lot. I know we did a video before. We did a video from at the beginning, didn't we, of the allotment? And we'll have to go back over there and show you what we've done since.
Yeah.
Tony's rotivated it, and we've been over there with Jean-Claude and Danny, and we're sort of now we've planted quite a few things, haven't we? Tomatoes, lettuce, beetroot, courgette, spring onions, pumpkins and so forth. And so what we're doing is we're sort of joint sharing it now with Danny and Jean-Claude. It was initially half was going to be us to use, but I think they want to use it, but it is hard graft. And it has sort of made us evaluate, you know, when we got here and we were thinking, oh, we'll have chickens and we'll have an allotment and grow stuff. It's not until you start doing all these things that you realise it's very time consuming. So I think when we do find our own place, I think we'll just have a small, what would you say, that they're not pallet?
No, they wouldn't be that small. They'll probably be about 2 foot wide by 10 foot long.
Yeah, sort of boxed in so it's easy maintained, and then if you don't maintain it and it gets weedy, it's all contained in one area. But I certainly wouldn't go to the degree of what we're doing at the moment. It's too much.
Well, especially when you've got the kids' runs, the this, the other, going to the banks, trying to sort life out, and then obviously once everything's sorted out, we'll be working for a living.
I suppose if you're sort of retired and you've just got time to potter around, that's fine. But we, as Tony said, we've got 3 kids And it's still the same as the UK. We still have to do the school run, their homework, their packed lunches.
Three different schools, don't they?
Yeah. And then obviously we've got to work for a living. And then when you add on that, when you come back from the school run, and you've got, by the time we've picked Charlie up, we don't get into 5:30.
Yeah.
And then you've got dinner to do, sort out for the following day. And then you think to yourself, I have not really got the time to be doing allotments on a large scale. Same with the chickens. I mean, that was something that we thought, yep, we'll have loads of chickens. That as well is another thing that we've now said, no, we're not going to do, because it's too much for us.
But you know, I mean, we kind of didn't realise how much mess they actually make, how much upkeep they're going to need. And
if you've got the time, it's amazing.
Well, if anything like what Danny's, she gets she's got two chicken and a cockerel.
Yeah.
And she gets maybe 1 to 2 eggs a day. That's it. And for all that upkeep for a couple of eggs, it's just far easier and far cheaper just to pop to your local supermarket.
We don't even eat that many eggs, do we? And 9 times out of 10, if you've got friends that have chickens, they're usually giving the eggs away because they've got so many.
Yeah.
But again, this is all a learning curve for us, because had we not done all of this firsthand, we probably would have bought the place and gone, yeah, we'll have an allotment, we'll have chickens, we'll have this, we'll have that. We've done the allotment and realised that that's going to be quite a lot of work, and it's quite time consuming.
Yeah.
Equally, we've been helping out with Danny's chickens, and although we're only helping them out, that's still time out of our day that we go down and we've cut all the chicken coop down and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all a learning curve, but it's a good learning curve, because you don't make the mistakes of starting all these things and then realising actually you don't want it.
But then I would install irrigation and things like that. You wouldn't have to keep going over and watering it like we do at the moment at night, because it's too hot to do it throughout the day.
Well, we're still on the house hunt. Yeah. Don't know what to say about that.
It's not easy,
And yeah, I don't really know. We've been doing Charlie's, we'll be leaving his college in September, and we had a meeting with his headmaster. The nicest chap I've met. He was so helpful, really, really lovely, and we sort of went through what Charlie's options are going to be, what he wants to do and pursue his career in the future, and then obviously apply for that particular high school that is going to suit his needs for what he's going into.
Like Charlie, who knows what he wants to do.
He doesn't know what he wants to do, and I appreciate he did say, Mum, I can't speak the language that well, you're expecting anyway. What we've decided is he'll do his GCSEs English and Maths at home, online. We found a lovely lady who specialises, so she's an English teacher in the UK that lives out here now, and will specialise in helping kids with GCSEs.
Well, she was a teacher in the UK,
Yeah.
an English teacher.
So she can get all the paperwork and so forth. So I had a word with her, and she's more than happy to help Charlie. So we're going to get him to do his English and Maths GCSEs here. And equally, he will do whatever qualifications it is high school for.
He's doing IT, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going into IT.
Well, it's going into programming, because obviously I've tried to explain to him, because I've done a bit myself, that it's a universal language, so regardless where he lives or what he does, it'll all be the same language, so he can go and he can work from home, he can freelance and sort of stuff, and it's good money. So.
But I would say, with the schooling side of stuff out here, you know, they've really been accommodating and helpful in all the 3 schools that we've had to go to sort stuff out for. So if anyone's got any worries on the experience I've had for where we are, I think they've been absolutely marvellous. You know, if they know that your French is quite limited, they will help.
They arrange special classes
Yeah,
as well. So.
they will help.
And apparently we should be allowed special classes, but because obviously COVID, all of that hasn't been running, so hopefully that'll be up and running and we can go and do that anyway.
We did find out you can get money back if you go and find a French tutor to tutor us at home. I've got to look more into that.
Well, you're going to need someone that's got serious someone.
So, because that's something that I think, regardless whether we get the money back or not, we've still looked into it anyway, because we feel as a family now that we should be getting further on with the French. So I contacted a lady that was recommended to us, and I asked her if we can do like a whole family session and just start from the very basics, because even if the kids know some of the stuff that she's teaching us, it's not a problem. We'll just start from the very basics. So I'm just waiting for her to give me a call next week and see what days are best, and I think we go to her. She doesn't come to us, but that's fine. So we can get a grip with that, and then we are meant to be starting French school, me and Tony, in September. Because as nice as it is when you go somewhere and everyone seems to be really accommodating at the fact that we don't speak French, it's really frustrating. Really frustrating. And I don't want to keep using Google Translate and then holding a phone up, because I just feel horrible about it.
Your only option of like je voudrais or je voudrais, or you know, it'd be nice to actually, well, it'd be nice to have a conversation with the people in the shop.
It's like Jean-Claude, our neighbour across the road. Just communicate with him. He speaks no English. His wife Danny is really good, and he talks away to me and Tony, and we have no clue what he's talking about. And I just hope that I'm sort of laughing at the right moments and laughing when I should be, because I haven't a clue. And that happened to me this morning, funny enough. I was waiting to go into the local shop, and two people were standing there chatting away, and I was just thinking, oh, I hope, I'll just laugh, you know, and just hope that is what I should be doing, laughing along, and it wasn't anything too bad. But yeah, and just generally going into chemists to get some hay fever tablets today, because Tony, Charlie and George are really suffering with the hay fever out here at the moment. And
not
again,
that bad, but I used to have it bad as a child, but I didn't have it in the UK, but yeah, it seems to be coming back.
so again, that was Google translating, and then even when we pronounce things that with Google translated, nobody seems to understand what we're talking about. So, you know, I think we need to be pushing ourselves now to learn.
I think now we're starting to meet more French people.
Yeah.
Whereas again, because of COVID, we've been limited to where we've been able to go. You know, you can't even go to a pub. You couldn't do anything. So we've not really needed to. When you go into a supermarket, you tap your card. You know, the price comes up on the little till, so you know how much you're going to pay. You fall over, and then you pick yourself up, and then you put your card in and pay for it.
The markets and the markets are opening, and what's the other one? The Brocantes are opening up, and that'll be our chance to go along and, you know, try our French out, or lack of.
Yeah, trying to do a bit of bartering. It seems like trying to buy the house. Just, you know,
that I've got to say.
You know, we have to sit there and rely on you know, our good neighbours.
And they were absolutely marvellous with the whole thing. You know, Tony managed to locate the owner. Then we took the owner's details over to our neighbour, who then phoned another neighbour to ask if he knew this bloke. And then the other neighbour phoned another neighbour, and it works out that the owner lives in the south of France. And then miraculously they got the phone number for the owner, and we managed to then get another neighbour to have keys to the property. It was just really random. I'm still really like the place, and the idea was for us to buy it,
rent it as an Airbnb,
renovate it and rent it out as an Airbnb, because it's so quirky. It's in a beautiful location. It's not far from the village, which has got your local amenities and even somewhere to go and eat and drink. He wants too much money for it, that's for starters, considering we're going to have to really renovate it, quite a lot of work into it. And second, we did sort of want someone else's opinion regarding whether they thought people would actually go and rent out and stay in it. So when we took our neighbours, she sort of said, you know, the stairs were quite steep, it would only accommodate a couple, it wouldn't accommodate a family because it's only one bedroom, but I still really like it.
But then, as we said, we can sit there and put pods and stuff, or we can put a log cabin on there. It's got
I still really like it, and I just keep thinking it was fate that we sort of went past and it was up for sale. But it'd be interesting to get some feedback if we could take a video of the inside and put it on our channel. It would be so interesting to get some actual honest feedback from some of you guys out there who will give us, you know, whether you think a yay or nay, whether you'd stay there, whether you think it's not worth it, because I just think I would like that second opinion. I know Ted and Lesa said they'd come down and view it with us, but they're so busy themselves that I don't want to put them out for the day. They've got loads going on.
Done by September, don't they?
So yeah, so that's where we are with it. So we'll have to upload some of the things we've done when we went for lunch, which is a really lovely place.
I don't think we actually took that much of a lunch though, did we?
No, probably not. And as I said, we're a bit behind, but if anybody wants us to do or find out or go somewhere and
within reason.
Yeah, within reason.
I'm not going to Paris.
Just drop us a comment and we can try and see if we can do that. Or if you've got any questions you want to know, as I said, regarding the estate agents, I'm not overly happy with them at all. So just be mindful if you're looking on these sites and getting excited, make sure that you find out if the property is actually for sale and it's not been sold, because I think they just keep
even the big names do it. It's not just the independents, the big names do it as well. So.
And they're very much like you know, the one in question for the chapel, very much as in they're not very helpful and can't be bothered, and was telling us the house wasn't actually on the market anymore. And that just shows you, if we hadn't have pursued it, we would have just left it at that, thinking that the house wasn't on the market anymore. So
we're persistent.
That's what I said. If you really fall in love with something and the estate agent may be fobbing you off, try and contact the owner yourself, because
alternatively, you know, if that's what you're looking to do, drop us a text or something and a message, and obviously I can talk you through how I did it. It didn't cost me anything. Some people sit there and say go on land registry out here. I don't know how much it costs, but it does cost you money. The Marie, depending on you know what town it is, some of them are obviously extremely helpful, some of them aren't.
Our Marie I found out is our Marie I found out is he's a fireman as well as a Marie. So I first I was sort of thinking, this is great, I keep emailing him, he doesn't bother getting back to me, but obviously finding out that he's a fireman as well, you know, I'll give him his dues, he's obviously probably very, very busy. But the Maries usually know quite a lot about the local village and so forth. So they're your port of call. My only concern is when we do eventually find the property we like, you know, the notaires and so forth, I just don't know how the whole process is. It's nothing like the UK, it's very slow. You know, and I don't even know whether until you've actually signed on the dotted line, loads of stuff can go wrong here. Like one of the relatives can basically turn around and go, no, I'm not, I don't want to sell it, and you've carried out things on the property, you know, I don't know, we'll probably cross that bridge when we come to it, but yes, we're still house hunting, as I said. We know what we want, and it's really frustrating because we really like where we
today we'll show you what we want.
Yeah, we kept saying if we could pick Ted and Lisa's property up and move it to where we are, that would just be awesome. And even if, you know, it wasn't livable, we're more than happy. We've sat there and we said, you know, we'd get a couple of static caravans.
Yeah, one for the boys, one for us.
While we're renovating, and you know, we'd do that.
Yeah, we used to have a caravan in Clacton, we know what it's like.
All the joys of the caravan in Clacton.
Yeah.
Cost us an arm and a leg, and I think we only used it about 2 times a year.
Yeah, I will do that again.
So I'm going to stop filming for a little while, and I'll re-film when we get nearer. We've got to do a stop off for Lisa because
It's some ice.
she needed some ice, and then I'll start the video on. But I think she's going to be putting footage from the party on her YouTube channel as well. So if she does, I'll just ask her if it's alright if we have a little quick video.
She won't mind.
If she won't
We're
mind.
actually on her YouTube channel. We should be on her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Kind of win.
And we'll tell you the link of their YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
Because they're a lovely couple, really lovely, and it's been really interesting watching their journey as well. I mean, they're on a different path to us. They come over from the UK, bought their place that they've got, and they've been renovating it since last March. So obviously there's stuff on there that they can probably tell you that once you've got your property, you come across hurdles, they're probably the best people for advice for that. We haven't got to that stage yet. We're just doing paperwork, and house hunting, and then eventually sorting our UK car out over here.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants advice when we get to that stage regarding registering our UK car,
CTs.
and how you go about all of that, we'll be covering that as well, and insurance and so forth. But yeah, so we're going to stop filming for a while. My arm's about to fall off as well, and I'll restart when we get nearer. Au revoir. Right, we're
4 minutes.
4 minutes away from Ted and Lisa's. We've just done a couple of stops at supermarkets,
That's nice.
trying to get some ice for Lisa and Ted.
No one's got any. We've got one bag.
Yeah, we've been to 3 supermarkets and there's only 1 bag of ice at the last supermarket, so that's all we can get. So, yeah, that's it. I didn't film us going in all 3 supermarkets.
had our stuff in the UK, and they put the fridge freezer into a bag and take it with us. But we're not. We don't have it. It's like I don't have any decent clothes here.
Yeah. All our clothes, apart from the boys, mine and Tony's clothes are still back in the UK. So we literally brought a hand luggage as such with us over here, which didn't consist of very much. Bearing in mind it was cold when we all come over here. So literally we've just got wintry clothes. So I'm in a pair of white jeans.
Here we are.
We're here.
You have arrived.
Love it. Need to pick it up and move it.
Huh?
I'm bloody hot.
Really? Hold on.
They're very small.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to our move to France. We've just popped to the local village to buy a general store, and we've come across some classic cars that are out and about today. So we just thought we'd film them. They're amazing. Won't get that chap in there when it's done. I've also been to the church. Well, yeah.
Lit a candle.
Lit a candle. Oh, it's an absolutely stunning church, isn't it? Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's a Citroen what, Tom?
Citroen C2V.
Very expensive.
Yeah, about 15 grand.
Right, I'll switch the camera off because there's a few people about, and obviously I don't want to put them on our video. Right, au revoir.